I want you to just close your eyes for a second. Imagine you're standing at the foot of this massive mountain.
Okay.
But this isn't, a vacation spot. The ground beneath you is vibrating. It's shaking so violently you can barely stand up.
Wow.
And the air is just thick. It's choking. It smells like sulfur and burning rock because the entire mountain is on fire, roaring like a furnace.
Then the sound hits.
And then the sound, a trumpet. But it's not a song. It's a single deafening blast that just keeps getting louder and louder and louder until your teeth actually ache.
It sounds like a war zone, or the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it's actually a meeting.
It's a meeting.
That is the sensory experience from Exodus 19. That's the moment a people met their God at Sinai.
It is absolutely terrifying. The natural reaction to that is just to hide, right?
Yeah.
If that is the standard of perfection, this absolute consuming holiness, how does anyone survive it?
That really is the question of the ages. And honestly, even though we don't have the smoke and fire today, we still feel that tremor. We live with this kind of low-grade anxiety that we just aren't measuring up.
Oh, absolutely. We see it everywhere, especially now, I think, with how curated our lives have to be.
Yeah.
It's this, relatable problem where we feel this pressure to be good.
Or at least to look good.
Exactly. We scrub our behaviors, we adopt best practices, we curate our online image to look ethical and happy. It's like we are constantly washing our hands.
And we feel like imposters. We know what's going on inside, the chaos, the envy, the sheer fatigue, but we spend all our energy polishing the outside.
We think if we just discipline the outside enough, if we just follow the rules or the social codes, we'll finally feel clean.
But today, on Timely Word, we're going to shatter that entire facade. We're going to find out why that whole approach, the be good approach, is actually killing you.
Yeah, it's a dead end. We're moving from that terrifying mountain down to something. Well, something tiny.
A small white seed on the ground. We are talking about a hidden diet that doesn't just change your behavior, it actually rewrites your spiritual DNA.
So let's get into it. We have to start with the conventional wisdom. The world tells us, fix the outside, and the inside will follow. And we see this play out perfectly in this really tense confrontation in Mark chapter 7.
Okay, so set the scene for us. It's dusty, it's hot.
Right, and the tension is just palpable. You've got Jesus and his disciples, probably tired, definitely hungry, and then marching in from Jerusalem, which is not a short walk, you have the heavy hitters.
The Pharisees and the scribes.
Yes. These are not local critics. This is like the Supreme Court of religious law showing up for an inspection.
And they catch the disciples, what, red-handed?
Well, more like dirty-handed.
Ah.
The disciples are eating bread without washing their hands first, and the Pharisees just lose their minds. Now, for us today, we might think, well, yeah, hygiene's important. Wash your hands.
But we have to break that concept immediately. This has nothing to do with germs. They didn't know about bacteria or viruses. This was all performative holiness. It was a ritual. The idea was that the world is defiled, and to be holy, you have to literally scrub a commonness off your skin. It's the ultimate fix the exterior approach.
The text even says they are obsessed. They wash cups, pots, copper vessels.
Dining couches? It just sounds exhausting.
It is. And it's a trap we still fall into. We think if we just get the right job, say the right things online, donate to the right causes, wash the cups and pots of our lives, then we're good people.
This reminds me of Job. We looked at Job chapter 31, and he was the ultimate good guy, wasn't he?
He was incredible. If you read his resume in that chapter, it's flawless. He says, I didn't steal land. I helped the poor. I didn't look at women with lust. He was righteous in his own eyes.
The pinnacle of human ethics.
So,
But he was empty. He was an ethical shell. He was a clean man, but he wasn't a God-filled man. He was trying to climb that terrifying mountain based on his own integrity.
so back to Mark 7. The Pharisees accuse the disciples, and Jesus doesn't apologize. He doesn't say, oops, sorry, we forgot the soap. He just drops a hammer on them.
He gives them what we're calling a divine diagnosis, and it is absolutely brutal. He says, there is nothing outside a man which entering into him can defile him.
But the things which proceed out of the man are the things that defile the man. He flips the whole thing. The problem isn't the dude on your hands, it's the factory inside your chest.
Exactly. He calls the heart incurable, and then he lists the inventory of what the human heart actually produces, and it's not a pretty list.
Not at all. Evil reasonings, fornications, thefts, murders, covetousness, wickedness, deceit.
I want to stop you on that first one, evil reasonings. Why is that first? Why before murder or theft?
That's a great question. The etymology here is fascinating. The Greek word involves dialogmos. It's this internal dialogue and internal reasoning.
So it's the thought process.
It implies that before you ever commit the crime, your mind, your heart, has already rationalized it. It's the factory floor where the corruption is designed and approved for production.
And there's a specific example of this evil reasoning in the text that just blew my mind. The whole concept of Corban.
Yes, Corban. Tell us about that.
It comes from the Hebrew root Corban, which means an offering or a gift dedicated to God.
Okay, so a gift to God. That sounds good.
It sounds good. But here is the evil reasoning in action. The Pharisees had created this loophole. Let's say your aging parents needed financial help. You could look at your money and say, oh, sorry, Mom and Dad, this money is Corban. It's dedicated to God. Can't touch it.
So they were using a religious word to get out of loving their own parents.
Precisely. They kept the money for themselves, effectively, while pretending to be too holy to help their family. That is evil reasoning. It's using ethics to bypass love.
That feels incredibly relevant today. I mean, we see people using righteous causes as a justification for being really cruel to individuals.
It's the exact same mechanism, and Jesus is saying, you can wash your hands all day, you can say Corban all day, but your heart is still pumping out selfishness.
So the law, that terrifying standard from Sinai, it demands perfection. Do not kill. Do not covet. But you're saying the law can't actually fix us?
The law is an X-ray. If you break your arm, an X-ray is incredibly useful. It shows you the break. But you can't use the X-ray machine to set the bone.
Right.
Sinai just shows us how broken we are. It proves we're factories of mess, but it cannot heal us.
So if the heart is incurable by our own effort, and the law is just this thunderous judgment, we're kind of stuck. We're in trouble.
Unless there's a different way, and that is where the whole thing pivots. The solution isn't a rule, it's a food.
We're talking about manna.
We are. God changed the entire prescription from behavior modification to a diet change. In Exodus 16, the people are starving, and God sends bread from heaven. But when you dig into the description of this manna, it reveals the triune God in a way that is just staggering.
Let's break this down, because the details here are just wild. First off, it's small.
Think about human solutions. We like big, right? Giant monuments, massive political movements, huge viral trends. We think big solves problems.
Right.
But Christ, who is typified by this manna, comes as something small. He was born in a manger. He worked in a wood shop.
He didn't come to crush us. He came to be eaten. And you can't eat a giant boulder.
Precisely. He made himself accessible, small enough to handle, small enough to take in.
And the text says it was round.
Which signifies eternity. A circle has no beginning and no end, but it also implies perfection. No rough edges, no corners where things can get stuck or hidden. It's complete.
It was also white.
Which obviously points to purity. No mixture. Think about the Pharisees again. Their tradition was this mixture of God's word, human logic, ego, politics. Manna is pure, no additives, no preservatives, just God.
Okay, now here's one that I really need you to unpack for me. The text says it was like coriander seed.
A seed is incredible, isn't it? It's tiny, but it is packed with life. It's not a rock. If you plant a rock, nothing happens. If you eat a rock, you break your teeth. But a seed
grows.
It grows. When you eat this heavenly food, it's not just fuel like gasoline. It's organic. It grows inside of you. It changes the organism from the inside out.
Okay, but my absolute favorite part of this whole thing was the word Bdellium. The text says the appearance of the manna was like Bdellium. I have never heard that word in my life.
This is a deep dive into the Hebrew. The word there is Bdellium. And the root word for appearance in that verse is literally eye. So the text is telling us, manna looks like an eye of bdellium.
An eye.
An eye. And bdellium is a pearl-like resin. It's semi-transparent. It shines. So put that together, the food looks like a transparent, shining eye.
What on earth does that mean for us?
Well, think about that list from the heart again. Deceit, hidden agendas, the Corban excuse, those are all opaque things. We hide behind them.
But pearls are transparent.
Exactly. The concept here is that eating this food makes us transparent.
We become what we eat.
That's it. When you eat Christ as this manna, he removes the opaqueness. The hidden corners of the heart get cleared out. You become crystal clear. A vessel with no hidden agendas, no double motives. You acquire the eye of the pearl.
Wow. That is beautiful. So we aren't just washing the dirt off the skin. We are becoming transparent from the core.
And we haven't even gotten to the taste yet.
Right. It tastes like fresh oil.
Oil in the Bible always typifies the Spirit. So this isn't some dry cardboard doctrine. It's moist, it's lubricating, it's gentle. Think about how dry and brittle we get when we're just trying to follow rules. We get so harsh.
But the spirit is like fresh oil.
And it comes with dew and frost. This is so relevant for right now. What does frost do? It kills germs and it cools things down.
Like a fever.
Yes. Look at the world right now. It is feverish. We are feverish with the latest news cycle, feverish with social media outrage, even feverish with religious fanaticism. It's all so hot, we're just burning up.
And we think that heat is passion, but it might actually be a sickness.
It often is. We need to be cooled down. The spirit sobers us, it refreshes us, but it also kills the germs of that worldly excitement. It brings a holy, cool temperature to our lives.
So we have this diet. It's small, eternal, pure, living, transparent, refreshing, and sobering. That is quite a superfood.
It's the only thing that can actually rewrite the constitution of that incurable heart.
But the text makes a distinction here that I think is the key to the whole thing. It's not just about gathering the manna and eating it for lunch.
Yeah.
There's a progression to what's called the hidden manna.
This is the focus on hope. In the tabernacle, you had the open manna, what the people gathered every morning on the ground. That's the Christ we enjoy publicly, the daily supply.
But then Moses was told to do something very specific.
They had to take a pot, a golden pot.
Right, and put a specific measurement of manna inside it. And that pot was put inside the Ark of the Covenant, deep in the Holy of Holies.
Deeper and deeper in. This represents the hidden manna. This is the Christ we have not just tasted, but fully eaten, digested, and assimilated.
Digest, that's such a visceral word.
It's the most important biological process, right? When you eat a piece of chicken for a little while, it's still chicken inside your stomach. But after digestion, it stops being chicken and it becomes you. It becomes your muscle, your blood, your cells.
So the hidden manna is the Christ that has become a part of your very being.
That's it exactly. And look at the container, the golden pot. Gold signifies the divine nature. So this manna is held within the divine nature. As we eat this spiritual food, our inner being, that heart that used to be full of theft and deceit, gets reconstituted with God's nature.
And the text mentions that this changes us from being just part of the congregation to being priests.
Yes, the congregation stands outside and sees the cloud. They gather the open manna. But the priests are the ones who serve in the Holy of Holies where the hidden manna is. The more we eat, the more we are transformed from just people in the crowd to functioning parts of God's entire plan. We move from the outer court to the inner chamber.
And there's a thought about eternity here that really struck me. That the only thing worth remembering, in the end, will be the Christ we ate.
He becomes our eternal memorial. When we look back, eons from now, we won't remember our self-righteousness or our career achievements or how clean our hands were. We will remember the manna that sustained us and literally changed us.
Okay, so let's bring this down to the pavement. We've got this high-level theology, transparency, golden pots, arcs. But how do we apply this on a Tuesday morning when the alarm goes off?
The first practical application is a mental shift. Stop washing, start eating.
Stop trying to fix the outside.
Stop obsessing over the ethics or the image like Job or the Pharisees. You cannot scrub the heart clean. It's incurable by human effort. You have to feed it a new diet. Shift your focus from, am I behaving correctly, to, have I eaten the living word today?
And the text gives us a really gritty image for how this eating happens. It mentions grinding, beating, and boiling.
Manna wasn't just swallowed whole like a pill. It was ground in mills, beaten in mortars, boiled in pots.
That sounds painful.
It represents our daily circumstances. This is the aha moment for all our struggles. When you have a tough day, a difficult interaction with a coworker, a traffic jam, a failure.
That's the mortar.
That is the mortar. That is the pestle. Don't just complain about the difficulty. That situation is the very thing that's grinding the Christ you've read about into experience. That is how the raw word becomes edible food. Suffering prepares the food for digestion.
So my bad day isn't just a bad day. It's meal prep.
Ideally, yes. It's making the truth accessible to your being.
And there's that rule about freshness, right?
Right.
Let no man leave of it till the morning.
This is so crucial. You cannot live on yesterday's inspiration. The text says if they kept it overnight, it bred worms and stank.
Worms! That is a very graphic warning.
It's meant to be disgusting. It shows us that stale religion is repulsive. If you try to live today on a spiritual high you had 5 years ago, or even yesterday, it just breeds corruption. It becomes dead tradition.
You need fresh contact.
With the living word every single morning.
Just one day at a time. Like the prayer, give us this day our daily bread.
Exactly. Gather your omer for today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't try to hoard grace. Just eat for today.
And finally, that idea of becoming transparent, of becoming Bdellium.
This is the goal. We want to replace the wicked eye, which the text links to covetousness, always
Mhm.
looking for what we can get, with the pearl eye.
Transparency.
Total transparency. We want to become people with no hidden agendas, no Corban loopholes, just clear vessels for the triune God.
It's just incredible to think that we started with the fire and smoke of Sinai, the standard we could never meet, and we end up with a small white seed that meets the need for us.
That's the journey. We've seen that our hearts are naturally these incurable factories of mess, and no amount of hand washing can fix that. But there is a heavenly diet that actually rewrites our constitution.
I love that shift. It's not about being good, it's about being fed.
That's the whole takeaway.
Before we go, I want to leave you with this one thought. Imagine there is a pot of manna hidden in the deepest part of the universe's most sacred archive. But according to what we've seen today, that archive isn't in a museum, it's meant to be you. If someone took an inventory of your heart right now, would they find a checklist of rules you're desperately trying to keep, or would they find the hidden manna? The difference changes everything.
Keep eating, keep growing.
See you next time on Timely Word.